Let me be clear, this is not just another Facebook Live. It's a call to action because I believe compelling conversations change the world. Let me be clear, this is not just another Facebook Live. It's a call to action because I believe compelling conversations change the world. That's right. That's right. Welcome tonight to Compelling Conversations. I do believe that compelling conversations change the world. Why do I believe that? Because when you look throughout history, it's the only thing that really has. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. It is the last day of the month of June. It's the last day of the month of June. It's the last day of the second quarter. I believe I'm right with this. It's the last day of the second quarter of 2026. I wanted to jump on here for a few minutes because we have been having some tremendous conversations on this new platform, and I'm grateful for all of you that have been sticking with us. Whether you're listening on Facebook or YouTube, do me a favor. Really need you to hit that YouTube channel up, Walton Worldwide, at Walton Worldwide, and check us out on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube and subscribe to that YouTube channel. There you can watch all of the replays. I was looking just a few minutes ago at some of the clips. I was trying to get some ready to go for tonight, and I'm going to try one more time, but I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working. I was trying to get some clips ready to go because I wanted to be able to look back on the last several weeks as to what it is that we've been talking about, these compelling conversations, because they've been great. So we started off talking Bishop Jared Shaw and Prophet Jeremy Stone, and we were talking about the evolution in the prophetic community. Both of those were great conversations. Like I said, they're over on my YouTube page. Make sure that you check them out. Both of those were great conversations where we talked about the evolution of prophetic ministry, how it has evolved, especially with COVID and going into the digital spaces and being just more digital in our release of prophetic ministry. So we talked about that. And then we talked about mental health. There's a great compelling conversation episode, mental health. Brandon Cave, Devin Holyfield. We talked about mental health, especially as it pertains to Black men, with June being mental health, men's mental health awareness month. So that was really good. Make sure you go to YouTube, share that video with someone who you believe that will be a blessing to for Mental Health Month. And then who else? Dr. Gabriel Powell. How can we forget that? Dr. Gabriel Powell. That was awesome. Speaking with him during compelling conversations. And in that one, we talked about confronting comfortable Christianity. That was really, really great. And then last week, had Bishop Elijah Curtis on. We had a real talk conversation about our relationship, how we've grown, some of the challenges as we've faced as being family and also leaders in the church and in the kingdom of God. That was a super compelling conversation. So tonight, I kind of changed up my plan a little bit. And I just wanted to come on and just talk for a few minutes. Just talk about rest and review. So kind of reviewing back on what we talked about so far with compelling conversations. Then I want to talk to you about resting tonight. So don't be alarmed. Bishop Kevin Chambers is going to come on next month, and we're going to talk about politics, pulpits, and power. We are in a very, very highly inflammatory political space, and we want to talk about that and the intersection of the pulpit and politics. Do me a quick favor. Let me get some comments on the screen. Can y'all do me a favor and put something in the comment section? Make sure you say hello tonight. So, a few of you watching, I want to hear from you. Let's put it in the comment section. Let's make it engaging and interactive tonight. Looking forward to it. Hey, Apostle Trinine Hall. I'm about to voluntold Apostle Trinine Hall. So next month, you'll see some video clips during our break of Apostle Trinine Hall talking to us about mental health. She is doing an exceptional job in the Connection Church Coalition. Yes, Apostle Hall, I just gave you a whole thing. She is doing an exceptional job within the Connection Church Coalition with what we call Bishop Circle. She's really taking on the lead as our liaison for pastoral care within the Connection Church Coalition, just making sure everybody's good, giving us mental health nuggets, giving us prayer targets throughout the week. It's really helped to revolutionize what we do as a coalition. So next month on Compelling Conversations, you won't see her live, but what you'll see is you'll see during our halftime breaks, you'll see some videos of her giving us some pointers for mental health. I think mental health is a conversation we need to continue. Did anybody see? I want to know if anybody saw today, while we're talking, let's talk about something current. Anyone see the video from one of my favorite preachers, Bishop Darius Nixon, today? It's kind of went viral, kind of went all over, where Bishop Nixon is talking about those who lead in the church and how they don't have psychological evaluations. And, they're in these positions and, it's getting a little crazy with them being in these positions. They're mean, they're hurting people, all kinds of stuff like that. But yet we're not holding them accountable. We're elevating people, putting them in positions. They're not, they're not healthy, and they're not healthy. And I think that that's a critical conversation. I think that that's a critical conversation. Let me see. What did Apostle Hall say? Yeah. You didn't see it, but need to look at it. Absolutely need to look at it. Talked about how church is one of the few spaces where we don't assess people psychologically. And we don't. I think that there's several different reasons maybe why we don't. Stigmas around it. Maybe we don't have the resources. We don't have people who are trained. But when we find people who are trained and, that's their area and it's something that can help us, I think that it's something that we need to definitely look at. So yeah, go check out that clip from Bishop Darius Nixon. He shared it today. A lot of people reshared it. Really good clip. Something for us to think about. One of the ways that we can protect our mental health is by being intentional about Sabbath, being intentional about rest. Um, I love that this is something that my bishop, Bishop Brian Keith Hodges, really drives home when, as he is leading me, mentoring me. If you're jumping on, make sure that you throw something in the comment section. I want to acknowledge you tonight. Apostle Kevin Chambers, he was going to be on with us tonight talking about politics in the pulpit, but we're going to push that to next month. And I'm going to share with you why here in just a moment. We have an assessment. We have an assessment when people join our church and make referrals as needed. Wow. Wow. And that's, y'all, that's why she's going to give us some pointers. It's going to be your mental health moment with Trinine Hall here on Compelling Conversations. It's going to be your mental health moment with Trinine Hall. 30, 60 seconds of just her giving us some pointers on how we can be more healthy. So back to Apostle Chambers. We're going to talk about the intersection of politics and the pulpit next month. So America is coming up on this 250th anniversary. I think it's gotten just absurd, a little crazy. The whole UFC thing on the White House line, I was totally disgusted by that. And there's some other things that we should be totally disgusted by that have nothing to do with antics or theatrics, that actually have to do with laws, policies, and procedures that are being put in place that are totally, totally, totally un-American. And I think that there needs to be a critical and informed conversation about that. One thing that I love about Apostle Chambers is he is informed in those areas. He makes sure to do his research and be informed in those areas. It's not going to be to bash and all of that kind of stuff, but it's going to be to inform and to educate our audience and have a compelling conversation. And we do need to unearth what is the responsibility of the pulpit when it comes to speaking truth to political power. That's something that we need to talk about. Also, I haven't forgotten about, I was thinking about this today, and I love that Apostle Hall and Apostle Chambers are on, because our prophetic, I think we need to pull our prophetic forecast into Compelling Conversations. Normally we do a mid-year prophetic forecast, and I think that God is probably wanting to say some things to his people. We probably need to get back together and do that. Tonight I postponed my conversation with Apostle Chambers for the simple fact that we are, I've been dealing with some things just as of late. Got a procedure coming up this Monday, which was scheduled for this past Friday, but it's had to be rescheduled for this coming Monday. It's been dealing with some things, nothing life-threatening, but just dealing with some circumstances that are very uncomfortable, and just have found myself needing to get more rest. And so tonight, the preparation that it takes to host the show, have guests on, prepare questions, lead the conversations, I just felt like that was going to take too much out of me tonight, more than what I had to give. I think that's a critical moment for us as leaders. I think that's a critical moment for us as leaders to understand when we are about to attempt to give more than what we have to give. And I think in those moments, we've got to be very judicious about our time, our energy, and our focus, and make sure that we are intentionally giving ourselves over to rest, intentionally giving ourselves over to Sabbath. As I stated at the beginning, this is something that I really appreciate from my spiritual covering, Bishop Brian Keith Hodges. He encourages us to rest and to take intentional Sabbaths. I wanted to just share real quick to encourage us from Matthew chapter 11, verses 28. and 29 and 30. Jesus says this: "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I think for many of us, we find ourselves bogged down because we are trying to carry something that we should not carry. We are trying to carry our burdens instead of giving our burdens to God and allowing, submitting under His will and His authority, so that we take on what He has designed for us to take on. He says, "Listen, you got to take my yoke because my yoke is easy and my burden is light." We're we're still trying to carry things on our own, of our own accord, of our own power, and it just doesn't work. I want to encourage everyone who's hearing me. You're watching me on Facebook, you're watching me on YouTube, you're listening to the replay, you're seeing this at another time. It's midnight where you are, whatever the case may be. You're like, I'm listening to this strange man I've never heard before. And I want to encourage you that you got to lay aside every weight. You've got to let go of those things that you're carrying, those people you are carrying that you were not designed to hold. And you've got to make sure that if you're going to carry a burden, let it be the burden that Christ engineered for you. See, when God engineers burdens for you, they're always something that you can handle. I want you to hear me with that. It's always something that you can handle. But when you are trying to carry on this burden that you have manufactured for yourself, it's always going to be something that's hard for you. That's hard for you. Um, so I think that for us that are listening to my voice, especially for those of us who are in leadership, we've got to be very conscious about the use of our time, energy, and focus. The use of our time, energy, and focus. The use of our time, energy, and focus. I think we're bringing ourselves sometime to a point of exhaustion, and it does not need to be, because we are misusing our time, energy, and focus. Guess what? That's all I wanted to say tonight. If Compelling Conversations has been a blessing to you, whether it's tonight or any night, I need you to do a couple of things. I need you to go to that YouTube channel, Walton Worldwide, at Walton Worldwide. I need you to go to that YouTube channel at Walton Worldwide, and I need you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Another thing that I need you to do is I need you to pick one of these platforms at the bottom of your screen, and send a donation. $17 helps us every week to bring you compelling conversations. So send that donation, sow that seed, share that gift tonight for Compelling Conversations. I'm excited. I'm excited because there's going to be some great stuff happening in July. I'm working on the lineup for July. Bishop Chambers is going to be with us. Trinine Hall is going to be giving us our mental health moment in the month of July. That's going to be awesome. So I want y'all to get ready for it. I want y'all to get ready for it. Working on some other awesome guests that are going to be with us in July. We're going to make July real big, just like June was real big, our premiere month. So get ready, get ready. All right. What two things are you doing? What two things are you doing tonight? Number one, you are going to YouTube at Walton Worldwide. You're subscribing so that you can see when we are live with Compelling Conversations. Number two, you're picking one of the platforms at the bottom. You're going to donate tonight. Would love for 5 of you to send that $17 donation so that we can keep moving forward with Compelling Conversations. As Compelling Conversations grow, we're going to want to bring more high-profile guests onto the show, folks who aren't my brother and sister. And as we do that, I'm going to need some funds to make that happen, so that this can be as compelling of a platform as the conversations that we host. Here at Compelling Conversations, we do believe that compelling conversations change the world. Why? They are the only thing that really ever has. I will see you prayerfully. I'll see you next week.
Let me be clear. This is not just another Facebook Live. It's a call to action because I believe compelling conversations change the world. Let me be clear. This is